MakerDAO, I'm Alec, and we're talking about the executive vote for the week of August 2nd, 2021. To read more about the votes and polls we're discussing, please visit MakerDAO's voting portal at vote.makerdao.com. Alright, now let's get after it. Last week's executive vote was skipped after a discussion by the community's mandated actors. The discussion was led by GovAlpha and resulted in the agreement that it is not necessary to publish a weekly executive without substantial updates. The mandated actors decided that these updates could be wrapped up into an executive that will be posted this Friday, August 6th. That means that this week, the executive from Friday the 23rd is still posted and has yet to pass. The vote is to approve the centrifuge assets onboarding for 4 types of collateral, backed by real-world assets, and managed through the Tin Lake protocol. The first of which is console freight. The second is Harbored Trade Credit, or HTC. The third is called Fortunify, which is focusing on revenue-based assets or revenue-based financing. And last but not least, we have the People's Company. If passed, all of these tokens will utilize the drop token via the Tin Lake protocol in order to be collateralized for the minting of Dai. This week's ratification polls include parameter changes from the Community Working Group, as well as a request to increase the Uniswap v2 Dai and USDCA vault's maximum debt ceiling. The proposed changes to system parameters include decreasing the stability fee for ETHB vaults by 1%, decreasing the debt ceiling on Uniswap LP tokens backed by Dai USDT and ETH USDT by 10 million, and decreasing the debt ceiling on Loopring vaults by 2 million. The second poll is to increase the Uniswap v2 Dai and USDCA vaults maximum debt ceiling. Voters can decide between increasing the debt ceilings on these vaults by 50, 100, and 200 million Dai, or maintaining the current debt ceiling. And finally, we have our community Greenlight poll up for the real-world asset 120 decibel films. The company has requested an initial debt ceiling of 25 million Dai with a 3% stability fee and a debt-to-equity ratio of 90%. And that's all for this week's update. Thanks for listening, and please head on over to vote.makerdao.com to read about the votes and polls that have been discussed and to cast your vote. I'll see you guys next time, but until then, happy voting.